Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well today. We're going to take a look at this full moon in Leo that's happening on February 1st, 2026 at 13 degrees and 4 minutes at 5:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This full moon in Leo will be illuminating to us what we need to release that is dimming our limelight. Leo, the ruler over the 5th house, in astrology, carrying the themes of theatrics, dramatic exits, overindulgences of too much fun, will be seen within the collective and in your chart where the moon is. Because the moon and the sun are in opposition in a full moon, the sun is making its debut with being the ruler over Leo and is taking center stage in Aquarius. As to why the release is necessary, this energy is preparing you as Uranus, the ruler over Aquarius, will be direct in Taurus on February 3rd, just 2 days after this full moon. Change is coming, but first the old has to be released before the new energy takes its place. I'm going to go over all the signs. Please watch your sun, moon, and rising sign to get a full picture of how this is affecting you in your world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Hi Aries, I hope you're doing well today. We're going to take a look at this full moon in Leo that's happening in your 5th house and 11th. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. 5th house in definition is your love life. It can be hobbies, your God-given talents, the way you express yourself. This is children, joy, hope, and optimism. This is also friendships, celebrity popularity and recognition status, pets, your dating life, your pleasure, your enjoyment, your fulfillment. Okay. With this activation, this could be that you're releasing some type of relationship, you're releasing friendships, or you're releasing your love life, or this could be the way that you're dating. This could also be a release of love, that you're giving love to other people, that you're showing them some type of individual love. Does that make any sense? Because the sun is the ruler over Leo, and this is your self-expression we're talking about. And it could be emotions that are being released in regards to those people. Doesn't necessarily have to be love. It can be just emotional, because we're dealing with Leo energy, and it can be theatrics or dramatic exits or just drama in general. And it could be that there's some type of emotions that were held in thus far, and then now they're being released. This could also be some type of emotion being released in regards to your popularity, celebrity, or recognition status, that maybe you are being recognized for something. This could be a winning, right? Because we have winnings of competition in the 5th house. This could be being recognized for your God-given talent or genius. This could also be that there's something in regards to a pet. Maybe this is you deciding to be involved with pets in some way, shape, or form that deals with groups or a different type of community. That could be anything, honestly. We do have situations of Uranus activated during this full moon, and Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus deals with agriculture. So it could be some type of agricultural pet, or it could be some type of Venusian way of displaying your pet, such as pageants or something of that nature, right? With this release, we're looking over to the sun to see why things are being released. And this could be that the sun is indicating that you have a new group or affiliation that needs to be sought out for you to release old energy. Okay? This could be that you're getting involved with a new dating app, or that you're getting involved with a new group, club, or affiliation. I'm going to tell you the 11th house definition so you know what I'm talking about. It is networks, groups, clubs, and affiliations, communities. The community you're in or the community that you want to be in. Because goals and dreams and hopes and dreams are activated with that 11th house. And it could have been necessary for things to happen within the 5th of your fulfillment for you to pull through with your goals, hopes, dreams, and wishes, okay? This could also be friendships of long distance, acquaintances are activated in the 11th. Older siblings are here, socializing in a big way. Technology is here also. So this could be that you're involved with a club, group, or affiliation that is having some type of event that's happening and you're getting involved in that. Therefore, you're releasing emotions in regards to that event. That event doesn't necessarily have to be a party, okay? Because we're talking about big groups coming together, more than 3 people. All right, so any event that you can think of that is more than 3 people. This could be you thinking about initiating some type of group, club, or affiliation or event to happen, okay? Because we do have on the other side awakenings happening with Uranus. Uranus is the ruler over Aquarius and is working on you internally. Okay, let's take a look so that we can provide more information in regards to the houses it's touching. Okay, so Uranus, I'm going to get another pen here, is in Taurus. And it is retrograde. It is retrograde at 27 degrees and 27 minutes during this full moon. And it will go direct within a couple of days after this full moon. So it will be taking action with the changes. But for now, it's trying to provide you with an awakening or ideas within yourself on how to. This could be providing you an idea of how to make money or how to be around others with your self-worth and confidence. Second house in astrology is your self-worth and confidence, is also money, how you make money. It is the value that you bring into the world, okay? And Uranus could be giving you some type of awakening on who actually cares about what you do or sees your value. Okay, this could also be indication, like I said, on how you can make money with your value or with your God-given talent and genius through groups, clubs, and affiliations, or on the internet, because internet is activated. Uranus can also stand for astrology, and this could mean that you yourself can make money through astrology or anything that is Uranian. Uranian can mean strange or innovative, a little bit weird, esoteric, right? Things that aren't necessarily spoken about. Also, it could be how to create some type of structure, right, within a situation. Because Uranus can give you that quality of chaos within. So much so that it indicates that motivation. It pushes you through. It gets you to the point of fed up I need to be liberated and freed from the situation, right? And this could be a time to where you decide to be freed from a situation of how you've been making money, how you're spending money. This could be freedom or liberation in regards to your self-worth and confidence, okay? That you are wanting to have more freedom in regards to a love situation. Taurus is love. Taurus is, it is ruled by Venus. So Venus can indicate money, it can indicate love, it can indicate making something beautiful. Homes are activated with Taurus, and also food and what you consume is activated with Taurus, okay? And this could be a freedom of being free from maybe something that deals with a diet. Maybe that's something deals with cholesterol, or deals with something that you're overindulging in, right? This could be a time to where you're thinking about, well, I need to cut that out of my life. And therefore, that full moon is activating that overindulgence of, this is why. Maybe you are being affiliated with others that are in the like-minded situation, or maybe you had to go see the doctor and the doctor asked you to be affiliated with others that can help you, maybe rehabilitation, maybe something of a situation that deals with a new network that deals with your health or your teeth, or anything that deals with the face. So that's all senses is Taurus. So we're talking about touch, smell, taste, anything that deals with eyes, mouth, ears, teeth, maybe even your hair. Maybe you're getting affiliated with a different way of looking, right? Or making other people look beautiful. And so you could be actually getting involved with groups, clubs, and affiliations that help others feel better about themselves, or help others look beautiful again. And this could be a new way of making money. This could also be a talent that you have, okay? This could also be a situation of, with the internet involved, that you're making money over the internet, or you're thinking about it. That maybe it's time for you to get involved with those people that could be a resource for you to make more money. Does that make any sense? When it comes to situations of Uranus can take something that you have always believed in about yourself, because we're dealing with your self-worth and confidence, and change it overnight. It can also cause things to happen to change you, okay? And there could be an abrupt situation that deals with money that changes you on the inside of, how do I make more? Or how can I affiliate my knowledge within the situation, okay, of past experiences? Because we're talking about retrograde, okay? This is the thought processes that you're going through right now. This could be a situation of you deciding to change the way that you believe about money, so that you can reach out to others in a different manner, in a different stance. Uranus is working on you on an internal level to change that belief system that you have in regards to how you're valued and the money that you bring to the table, okay? I'm seeing if there's anything else I can tell you. I do want to tell you, too, that there is a stellium. I'm sure you've heard other other astrologers talk about a stellium happening within Aquarius. And we have many conjunctions. We have Mercury and Venus together. We also have within, I want to say, 6-degree orb, maybe even 7, the sun is conjunct those and is shining a light on a clear understanding or an awakening in regards to your thought processes with groups, clubs, and affiliations, also the community that you're in, your thought processes with Venus, okay? Because remember, Venus and Mercury are together, and the sun is shining a light on this. And is telling you on ideas that how can you get involved with a new group, club, or affiliation, or get involved with how you express yourself with those people or with socializing. Okay, this is the beginning processes of things changing, because Taurus will be activated with Uranus, yes, and it will go to the later degrees. And then it will end up in Gemini. And Gemini is dealing with the day-to-day activities, right? Running around, communicating, dealing with advertisement, and dealing with different situations of aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors, okay? And shocking changes coming through from them, or shocking changes coming through from communication that comes to you dealing with Gemini, right? So right now, we're trying to change things of the old, of your belief system, that maybe those shocking changes that happen in Gemini aren't so shocking, right? Because chaos can happen. This is to prepare you for new ways of making money, new ways of seeing yourself, okay? And new ways of dealing with love, dealing with relationships, all right? I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Now, if you had been a person that makes tangible things, beautiful things, such as jewelry, clothing, something handcrafted, something that deals with senses, right? All the senses, smells like candles or aromatherapies, or anything that deals with culinary arts, food, or anything that deals with maybe even makeup or something of that nature. This is the time to where that epiphany is coming to you that you're actually needed. And there could be an abrupt situation when Uranus goes direct of showing you exactly who can be involved in that. But before that even happens, we're preparing you to deal with your emotions in regards to what you bring to the table. Okay? That you are worth something. That you yourself do have a God-given talent and genius. You have to understand also that nothing is new under the sun, but you are made as an individual to show expression within the world, within the masses. And there is someone out there that wants to be affiliated with you. That self-worth being activated is culminating you to get up to the post, or get up to the stage, or understand that you do bring value into the world. Okay? And I think that might be about it, Aries. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Taurus. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Taurus Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. We're going to take a look at this full moon that's happening within Leo in your 4th house. And the sun will be shining in opposition of the moon, which makes it a full moon, in the 10th. Okay, so we're releasing things in the 4th because of what's happening in the 10th. So the fourth house is your home and property. It is family, nurturing, mothers, motherhood, mother figures. It is security, your sense of belonging. It is also your emotional body, your foundation. Ancestral patterns are activated with the fourth house, and so is the past. These are things that you do in private, which is the fourth house, okay? With Leo activated here, this could be your family life, their love life. It could be situations of someone within your family. Maybe there had been an infidelity situation that happened within family. This could also be a situation of having fun and attending parties with family or for mothers, okay? This could be a situation of releasing emotions that deal with how your mother loved you, or releasing emotions of being a mom. This could be situations of your lover's mother, right? That they're giving you gifts, or they could be providing a party for you, or they could be the person that is helping you go through some type of emotional problem that dealt with past situations. This could also be you having to deal with family on an emotional level, okay? And it could be that there is just an end of you being intertwined with family and your emotions, putting up boundaries in regards to how you love them, how you spend time with them, okay? This could also be a situation of a family member that is being noticed for something, being, maybe they're going viral or something, okay? This could be emotions that deal with you being a mother and having to be a stay-at-home mom, and those emotions are being released because maybe a job offer is coming through, okay? 10th house is activated, and 10th house deals with professional life. It deals with your work and career. It also deals with situations of status, single to married, married to single, or this could be a situation of work status. So whether you have work or not could be it, or it could be that you're getting a promotion of some type, and maybe there is a party being held by family for that upgrade in work. Or it could be a situation of you moving because of work. That could happen. This could be this happening to your children, or this could be happening to a lover or a friend, right? That they're moving because of work, okay? It could also be you expressing yourself to friends. It could be you expressing yourself to family, or expressing yourself to a lover or to children. In regards to your emotions and your emotional body and things of the past, maybe even dramatic emotions that have happened within family. Maybe there are situations of your mother releasing her emotions to you. That could be it. There is authority when it comes to the 10th house. There's a reason why the 10th house is shining. And it could be that to your mom, you seem like a person that has it together. Because the 10th house in astrology is ruled by Capricorn, right? And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is the person of structure, okay? In your case, too, Aquarius is activated within that 10th house, and you have a way about you when it comes to your power that you can either let it get to you or not, right? Because Aquarius being activated can push away those emotions that are being thrown at you. It can also indicate Aquarius being a person that isn't scared to think out of the box or do something differently than their family. And this could be a time to where that is seen. That is seen by your lover, your family, your children, okay? This could also be a situation of Aquarius's groups, clubs, and affiliations. It's also the internet. It's your community. It is how you socialize, right? It is socializing in a huge way. With this activation with Aquarius, it could be that there is a charitable event or some type of event that you're attending, and you're showing out what is private of your God-given talent. Maybe no one really knows who you are, because privacy is the 4th house. And there are emotions attached to that, right? Your emotional body is attached to your God-given talent. And this could be a time to where that is expressed out into the public, into your work, right? This could also be a situation of legacy. And when it comes to legacy, there could be an event that is held that you're attending. And this legacy is dealing with your God-given talent, or is dealing with your family. 10th house is your legacy, your professional life, your work career, your reputation, your father's health and wealth, the role that you play in life, the status you hold, and also your power. And Taurus, I do want you to understand that you hold the power within the masses when it comes to you working, when it comes to your status, when it comes to you expressing yourself within clubs, groups, and affiliations within the community, being involved within the community, being involved on the internet, okay? That there are many planets here. I'm sure you've heard other astrologers express that there is a stellium happening here within Aquarius during this full moon. And yes, we have Mars, the Sun, Venus, and Mercury together. But we also have Uranus activated because of Aquarius. And with that stellium, it pretty much means the same thing. There is an awakening that's happening within you in regards to who you are and how you're appreciated and how other people see you. People will see you differently, Taurus. And they will see you as a person of power. Now let's look at Uranus. Uranus is retrograde in your 1st house. Retrograde meaning internal. It's working on you internally. It's revising, reviewing, and redoing things about your identity. Your identity is activated with the 1st house. The 1st house is your image, your looks, your physical body, the way that other people see you, your physical appearance, the way you govern yourself or lead yourself throughout the world, your autonomy, your self-autonomy, okay? In Taurus, you're seen as a person that is beautiful. You're seen as a person that is luxurious or has it together in regards to their materialistic side. You're also seen as a person that is very Venusian, okay? Venus, she upholds that ruling over money. She upholds that ruling over beauty. Okay. And this could be a time to where you're understanding what you want within your world, where your power lies within the community. Also, how you can be seen differently within the community, within groups, clubs, and affiliations. Also, how your older siblings see you. Friendships of long distance see you, right? Acquaintances, how they see you. Because we're intertwining the Uranus activation with Aquarius. You hold power within your identity, okay? And you're the only one that can choose in regards to who you want to be affiliated with. And this awakening of you understanding that you don't have to do certain things that have been provided by family or provided by those that had an effect on your emotional body, right? Someone could have told you that you were really good at, and you fill out the blank there. Or it could have been a lover that had told you that you need to do, and you fill in the blank. Taurus, it's time to it's time to trust yourself, okay? It's time for you to touch on the things that you are good at and what you bring to the table, because Taurus can mean money and self-worth. It does rule that second house, right, in astrology. And your second house is within Gemini. And it deals with your mindset. How can I make money? How can I have my self-worth? Do I have self-worth? There's a lot of doubt there. But you are the one that decides on whether or not to be affiliated with people. Those emotions that you're keeping with family, that emotional part of you that is attached to family, because maybe they seem fun, but honestly, your family could actually be in their own turmoil, right? Maybe they seem like they're loving, but really it comes with conditions, okay? This is a time to where that epiphany is going to hit you of you're the one that decides who you are and who you want to be affiliated with, right? Now, I do want to say too, emotions from family could be released to you in regards to how you are, who you are, in regards to their emotional way of seeing you. And it could be shocking. It could be you never thought that they felt like this, or you never thought that there were other people that were just like you and their family thought the same thing, right? I mean, it could go either way, but you hold power within who you're attached to and affiliated with, Aquarius, okay? You hold power in regards to changing who you're connected with. You hold power within whatever you do, with making money, with, you know, how you want other people to see you, that's up to you. But I do want to say that the sun is shining here in the 10th house for you to understand that your power is coming back and you're not going to take any crap from nobody. I say this only because Aries is going to be activated, right, with Neptune and Saturn. If you haven't watched your Neptune and Aries video, I have it on my playlist, where I have it within my videos. But you're going to understand who you are on an individual level and where you hold power. Now, this could be a time to where you're moving in with someone that you have been dating. There's emotions being released, or you're moving out of where, you were living before. It could be with a lover, it could be with a friend, but this could be a time to where you're deciding to get your power back, okay? Theatrics and drama is activated with this Leo full moon, I do want to say, because awakenings are happening within people about who they really deserve to be around, and also who deserves their energy, honestly, because we're talking about Aquarius activation and Uranus activation, and that's, I see my power. Even though it could be strange, weird, innovative, whatever, I see who I am, and who you want to be affiliated with. Now, something can happen within those groups, clubs, and affiliations that you have that changes your mind about how you're seen and your self-worth. It can happen that way. Because next will be the new moon in Aquarius, and it's a new beginning with groups, clubs, and affiliations. So you could actually understand and see how others see you during this time and make your mind up on how you want to be, portrayed toward the masses. Now, whatever you have been whatever you have been doing in regards to your gifts and talents and genius that deals with homes, or it deals with properties, or it could be dealing with things of the past, or it could be dealing with things that are hidden, right? Whatever you have been doing with that, it could be that you're expressing that out, that those emotions are being expressed out as you being a person that is affiliated with properties or homes, selling homes or properties, right? Doing this as a profession. Or it could be that you're deciding to get more involved with the community, or get more involved with your surrounding area as a profession, like maybe even doing events for people, or helping them decorate their homes or properties, or something that deals with, it could even be Taurus affiliated, right? Because your identity is set in Taurus. It could be Taurus affiliated, such as agriculture or farming, or dealing with aromatherapies, or anything of the five senses, right? Of touch, smell, seeing something, the senses, hearing something, tasting something. So, and I think that might be about it. But releasing that fourth house of your emotional body, things that are attached to the way that you love someone, that deals with family and their past situation, could be a thing. It could be getting a pet, right? Having a pet, releasing emotions of having an emotional pet, right? Or working with that pet in some way, shape, or form. Or working with a friend, okay? That you guys are affiliated with a new group, club, or affiliation, and doing things together, okay? And I think that might be about it, Taurus. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Gemini. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to take a look at this full moon in Leo that's happening in your third house and ninth. Okay, you have to remember that with the full moon, the moon is set in the third and in opposition to the sun in the ninth. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so your third house is the environment you grew up in, your local environment, your communication to yourself and to other people, and also receiving communication. This could look like documents, text, ideas, phone calls. Also, moving and movement is in the third house. You have small education or certificates, licenses in the third. Media and writing, skills and learning abilities. There are people in this house. Aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors, and siblings. Third house also represents tools, things that you use with your hands, ambidextrous, right? Things you use with your hands. It can look like any tool that you use with your hands. That includes tarot cards. Okay. Public speaking is the third house. Speech is the third. With Leo activated with the moon, Leo represents love. It represents celebrity, popularity, and recognition status. It can also be dramatic. On the other side of Leo, it can be drama. Emotional drama would be more of a set base with the moon activated, because the moon represents emotions and the moon represents mothers. It also represents things of the fourth house, which is homes and properties and emotional body, mothers, motherhood, mother figures, the parent that is the nurturing parent in your life. This could also look like past or private situations being released in regards to that third, such as private communication about your emotions. This could be ancestral lineage communicated to you from family that hits you emotionally. This could be a releasing of that, or you're releasing your emotions concerning that. This could also look like you releasing some type of project that is concerning using your hands, and you could be releasing this to the public. On the other octave of Leo is Aquarius, and that is the public eye. It is the masses. It is clubs, groups, and affiliations. It's also the internet, goals and dreams and wishes that you have in regards to your life is Aquarius. Aquarius can also be innovative and weird and strange. It can be things not necessarily spoken about, okay? Can be Aquarius because you're mixing that with the third. And it could be situated with like esoteric knowledge that's spoken about with other people, or you're involving yourself with that in some way, shape, or form with clubs, groups, and affiliations. Now, Aquarius can also be society or community, the community you're in, the community you want to be in. It can be also big parties, not small parties, but big parties. So this could be that you're talking with someone in regards to your philosophy, which is ninth house. I'm going to go over the ninth house so you know what it is, okay? It is your belief system and your philosophy. It is also considered religious beliefs, any type of belief system that has upheld you thus far, right? And the sun is here, and there's a releasing of communication in regards to something that deals with that ninth. The ninth house is long distance travel, other cultures, religious beliefs, belief systems, skills and learning abilities, teachers, preachers, and gurus, in-laws, grandchildren, and grandparents. It is higher education, media, legal cases, publishing. The bigger picture, okay, is the ninth. Now, the ninth can also be considered the house of blessings and opportunities that are coming toward you. And this could look like there is communication back and forth about some type of opportunity in regards to a group, club, or affiliation, community, maybe even that huge event or party that is happening. It could be communication from siblings, an older sibling, or communication from friends, right, in regards to teaching, preaching, or being a person that can express themselves on their beliefs, okay? This could also be someone referring you to a teacher, preacher, or guru that actually helps you in your passion, your essence, some type of awakening that is necessary for your path can come through a teacher, preacher, or guru during this time. I do want to say too that Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, okay? And change can happen to your belief systems. It's dealing with, because Uranus is in Taurus right now, and it is retrograde at 27 degrees and 27 minutes. I'm going to circle it so we get more of an idea, and I can put the whole picture together for you, okay? Taurus is in that 12th. Now, Uranus itself is an awakening of some type. It is an epiphany of some type that happens very quickly. It can also include astrology. Aquarius is activated with Uranus, so we're talking about your belief system around if it's dealing with the esoteric part of the world, or if it's dealing with you awakening. You could use spirituality. The house also points to this. 12th house is spirituality and your subconscious, your higher states of consciousness and awakenings. And this could be a time to where you're awakening back to the power within you. That is your either God-given talent that you have, your enjoyment of love, feeling love from other people, or this could be a situation to where you're willing to be vulnerable again. There is a self-worth attached to this because of Taurus. Taurus is self-worth and confidence. It can also be tangible things, materialistic things, money, things that are of luxury, okay, or that involve the senses, okay, such as your taste or smell, touch, anything of the senses, all the clairs, clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognitance, all of the clairs. You can look them up on Google if you're interested in knowing all of the clairs. But this is an awakening of your ability of a gift that is given to you by the divine. And it's going to help you with your belief system. It could also be a situation of other people seeing this gift and wanting to know how to get their gift or how you came upon your gift, right? So you could actually be teaching other people how to access their abilities within the divine for their self-worth. And, you know, when you help other people, you help yourself. There's this back and forth with the universe and universal law with universal love, right? So 12th house is spirituality. It is that awakening I was telling you about. It also concerns other things, such as prisons and hospitals. It concerns transformation and endings. And there could be some type of transformation that happens with money concerning other people, that there is something that you're wanting to pay for another, and it would be in a humility sense rather than just doing it to get it over with. This would be, I want to help you out, so I'm going to pay for your rehabilitation, which is 12th house. Or this could be, I want to tithe, with religious beliefs activated in that 9th house, right? This could also be situations that you want to help the masses, or help another person with their loss. Okay, loss is a part of the 12th, so is grief, and this could be that you want to help with a funeral arrangement of some type. So you're giving your money or your time, right? Your self-worth and confidence is attached to that, and it's pushing through to help others. That could be a thing here. It could also be that you're releasing your emotional attachment to situations that have happened with aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors because of some type of awakening that you're having. This could look like a belief system changing, revolving around those that are connected to you. And you could also be expressing this to other people, or you had learned this from a teacher, preacher, or guru on how to release. It could be the inner child is connected with that connection, and you're learning how to be vulnerable to that inner child and awaken to your self-worth, okay? This could be a situation of some type of invitation to a wedding that deals with a belief system that you have, okay? And the only way I can explain that is maybe you had an aunt, uncle, cousin, relative, niece, nephew, or neighbor that is getting married, and maybe you are hesitant in regards to whether or not to attend that wedding or whatever party or whatever they may be having. A belief system there will change. You will end up changing your mind in regards to that situation only because of your relationship factor with that person means more to you than it does in regards to whatever belief system that connects with your morality, right? And I know that sounds like a lot. So I'm gonna try to break that down. Well, let's say that you don't believe that people should get married if they had been married before, or you don't believe that the same sex should get married, or you don't believe that a person that is pregnant by someone else is marrying another person. Something there is going to awaken and change you because of that connection that you have to the person that is doing the event, rather than their moral or character of what they're doing. Does that make any sense? So there is compassion coming out. There is unconditional love coming out. There is also forgiveness that is happening with you. With the 12th house activated, 12th house in astrology is ruled by Pisces. So we're dealing with unconditional love, letting go and going with faith, surrender, forgiveness, and boundaries is also another thing with Pisces, if that's necessary during this time, with aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, neighbors, or siblings, because of not just what they're doing, but your relationship. And I see this because of the connection with that 9th house where the sun is shining, okay, with the 7th, because in astrology, 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius. And the seventh house being activated and connected with that belief system, right? Seventh house is other people, relating to other people. It is also marriage. It is also friendships that you have. Anyone that's significant within your life is activated in that seventh, and it's connected with that belief system that you have, okay? This is also business, if you know, this deals with work. So business associations is the seventh, and also clients is the seventh house. And this is connected with that ninth, okay? That's being activated with this full moon. There could be a situation of you gaining clients during this full moon because of something that deals with your writing skills, your speech skills, your advertising, communication of some type. And it could be clients that are foreign. It could be clients that are further away at a long distance. It could be connected with the internet or clubs, groups, and affiliations that social media is activated with Aquarius. So that could be something there that is pointing to you gaining more clients because of you expressing yourself, third house, in some way, shape, or form with your talents and genius that you have toward the masses, okay? And that it could be that you're in the taboo in some way. It could be that you're working with mediumship or any type of karma readings or anything of that nature, such as tarot also is activated. This could also look like there is an end of one way of making money that you initially knew how to do, and that's changing because Taurus is money, right? And there's changes happening. Now, this doesn't just have to be you. This could be on the other octave of that relationship, that your money is changing because of a relationship happening. Or this could be that money is changing because of you understanding your self-worth, and so your prices are going up, right? This could also be with food activated. We have Taurus acting out as Venusian, right? So we're talking about food and love and money and anything that deals with the face, okay? And this could look like, for example, you changing the way you approach the masses because of a change that you're doing, such as showing your face online, or that you're deciding not to anymore, because 12th house can be the hidden. It really depends on what you decide, but it can be either, because transformation is there and so is endings. So it could be that you're deciding to show your face online, being someone that expresses themselves on TikTok or any type of social media with their belief system or their skills and learning abilities. This could also be that money change is happening because of you deciding to use your skills and abilities at a hospital or prison in a humility sense, right? That you're helping others, teaching others how to, okay? This could be also that you're just releasing some type of communication in regards to your belief system to a therapist, okay? Because 7th house is also therapy, right? And it could be connected with a mother. It could be connected with family of some sort, aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors and siblings. It could be that they're the ones that are going through rehabilitation or therapy for the way that they express themselves with love. I'm seeing if there's anything else I can tell you. I think that might be about it, but You will be releasing that third of your expression and how you express to other people. And there could be a gain within that ninth house of an opportunity for you to show yourself toward the masses differently, or toward the public in a different manner, because your belief systems are changing. You can look at other videos such as Uranus and Taurus. I have Uranus and Taurus in my playlist, I think so. And you can look at that and see how it's affecting you during this time. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Cancer. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this Leo full moon happening in your 2nd and 8th house. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so the 2nd house with the moon, you're releasing things of the 2nd house. The 2nd house is your money, your values, the material things that you value. Could be luxurious items that you valued at one time, and now, you know, your emotions could be changing in regards to those things. This could include your self-worth here with the 2nd house activated. The 2nd house is also ruled by Taurus in astrology, so we're also talking about things of your face, things of food. Maybe you're having a change in regards to your hair, your face. It could be a change of your teeth, right? That you're getting your teeth done. This could also be that you are releasing emotions surrounding the way that you had made money before. You're looking into a different way of making money, or this could be spending money on certain items that you thought that you valued once before, and now you may change your mind. It could include anything that deals with the face. It could be like getting Botox, or getting lashes, or getting something, a filler of some type. It could be whitening your teeth. It could be anything that deals with the face, or anything that deals with materialistic things like you wear, such as clothing, jewelry, makeup, something of that nature could be changing. This could also look like you releasing emotions revolving around your self-worth that deal with love, that deal with children, that deal with anything of a talent that you may have. Leo is children and love, and it's also your God-given talent. This is also connected with how you make money in regards to your talents, and this could be a time to where a project is released for you to make money, or you're changing the way that you made money before that deal with your talents and skills. It could also be media being activated, and you could gain something during this full moon. That is a possibility of gaining money through being on media, or through those talents and genius that you have in regards to maybe parties, dealing with children, dealing with love. Maybe you do love readings or something like that, and this could be a time to where you're getting money for that. Now, emotions are attached to love at this time with Leo activated for everybody. And this could be a time that you are detaching yourself about how others love you, and you're choosing to transform the way you love other people. And I say this because we have the sun in the 8th, okay? The 8th house deals with psychological situations, and it could be that you're transforming your psyche to a more vulnerable way of being, or it could be that you are stepping away from certain emotions that deal with love. And love can come from a person, a friend, a significant other. It can come from family. It doesn't matter. This is the way that you're seeing it versus your self-worth and what you're capable of handling or what you're capable of dealing with from other people. Whether or not you're wanting to keep taking whatever is coming from others and putting it toward yourself, right? So we're releasing emotions here. Psychologically, you could be thinking about love in a different manner, that it could be someone from the past. It could be someone that is very close to you, or someone that is of an acquaintance feeling, right? It could be someone that is very close or someone that is not as close, because we have Aquarius activated. You could be attending a funeral during this time because we have death and rebirth activated. You could also be putting up some type of boundaries, or I don't want to say neglecting your emotions, but with Aquarius, it has a way of detaching itself from situations. And if a death had happened or a rebirth had happened, there could be some type of detachment there. It could go either way depending on what you want versus your self-worth. Does that make any sense? What type of love do you think that you deserve is pretty much the sum of it. And it could be that you're deciding during this time on how to love others, whether that is someone that is very, very close or someone that is an acquaintance. Okay? There is some type of transformation happening with your self-worth and money. And this transformation could be an inheritance that is given to you. It could be also that you're being on media in some way, shape, or form and using other people's resources. I'm going to go over the 8th house so you know what it is, so you get an idea on how these two are correlated, right? The 8th house is crisis, divorces, other people's resources. It is legal matters, debts, taxes, and government, banking, loans of any type, mortgage loans, banking loans, personal loans, it doesn't matter. This is also hidden knowledge, taboo topics, esoteric knowledge activated here. Sex is here, but it's more of the deep bonding intimacy that can also cause a Kundalini awakening. Okay, so just to let you know, if you are active in that area, an awakening can happen during this time because the sun is shining on here with the stellium of planets, right? So we have Mars, the sun, Venus, and Mercury in Aquarius here in your 8th house. And an awakening can happen with Kundalini or your psyche. Okay. This can also be, I did mention that psyche is part of the 8th house, but it can also be other things such as death and rebirth, inheritance, transformation, investments, long-term finances is here. I did mention that divorce is here, but also soulmates merging together is here. Fated events can happen during this full moon. It can happen between now and until the process of the next moon, which is the new moon in Aquarius, okay? And it can happen to where you're connected over the internet and there is a back and forth with another person. and soulmates are merging together. Okay, I just want to put that out there. Apps is Aquarius, so like dating apps or anything of that nature. Groups, clubs, and affiliations. The internet. I did say awakenings, but I'm going to say it again because it's connected with Uranus. Aquarius is also detachment on the other end of the octave of Aquarius. It can be detachment of emotions to where you completely cut off those emotions. Okay? Aquarius can also be hopes, dreams, wishes, and goals. The trajectory you have in your life that you're planning is Aquarius. Okay, hopes, dreams, wishes, and goals. And there could be a transformation that happens here of those hopes, dreams, wishes, and goals. Because remember, we also have that stellium. You'll know because there will be communication coming to you in regards to that situation because of Mercury being activated with that stellium. Mercury can also represent your mind's eye, thinking, your communication. Okay, so all of those things are activated too with Mercury. And your psychological change can happen with an awakening. That happens because of you realizing what you deserve. Okay? Now, I want to look at Uranus because Uranus is activated. It rules over Aquarius. And it is in Taurus right now. It will be retrograde during this time, working on you internally. But within 2 days, it will go direct. And when Uranus goes direct, it makes the changes necessary. Okay? So let's look at Taurus in your chart. And I do want to show you also that the correlation of you releasing and also the transformation that's happening is connected with this house, the 11th house. 11th house in astrology is ruled by Aquarius. Taurus is the second house in astrology. Okay, so you have both activated with Uranus. So it's really your choice on how you think that you deserve to have love. Your choice on whether or not you think that you deserve whatever money is being offered to you. Okay, so Uranus can also make things happen all of a sudden. It is the Tower card in tarot. Okay, it is the lightning being struck in a moment's eye that can change the way that you think about things, and it can awaken you to a certain reality. And in this case, it is where you belong, what groups, clubs, and affiliations you belong to. It is also the goals that you have in life, okay, because we're talking about the 11th house. The 11th house is also media. It is community, the community that you're in, the community that you want to reside in. It is also socializing in social media, okay? 11th house is Aquarius in astrology, but it's also older siblings, friendships of long distance. It can be what I was talking about before, socializing of big events that happen. And there could be something of communication that comes to you in regards to someone wanting you to attend a big event, and therefore transformation happens. Or this could be a situation to where I'm going to talk about the other end of Leo, okay? Because the other end of Leo is not just love, but it's also infidelity. And this could be a time to where you find out about infidelity, okay? And therefore, you're making your choice, all right? And that is open for anyone during this time with Uranus activated and Leo activated. So just to let you know, but you do have that 8th house being divorce and being also transformation. Okay, so it could be that you find out about infidelity, or you're choosing to do something in regards to you already finding out about infidelity, right? This could also be a situation to where that soulmate is found over media, over the internet, over apps, over groups, clubs, and affiliations within your community. It's activated, okay? Because we are going to have that new moon in Aquarius in a couple of weeks, okay? And that will be a new beginning in the 8th house, all right? Just to let you know. This could also be a situation of financial situation, that you figure out how to invest, that you figure out how to articulate finances and the verbiage that goes along with that, right? And you're using this knowledge in regards to how to make money, okay? Because there are many different ways of how to make money and to invest. One of the people that I use is Tony Robbins, and you can use Tony Robbins in that nature of business. If you had been wondering how to create a business with your taboo and your astrology or tarot or anything of that nature, I listened to Molly McCord. She has business associated with her astrology channel, if you want to look into that. Also, with Uranus activated, there could be some type of quick change on where you're living, okay? Because we have Taurus activated, which can be homes, and it can be related to the community that you're in, okay? Because of the 11th house. And this could be a time to where there's a transformation that happens of you moving. I also want to say that there is a connection with Taurus being Venusian of beautiful things, making things beautiful again. And you could be renovating homes. You could decide to do that as a financial thing. Or this could be that you are getting into real estate or getting into agriculture or farming, right? Because you have groups, clubs, and affiliations activated with Taurus, and transformation is also activated with that. This could also be a situation of how you have fun, overindulging yourself with anything that you consume, and you're deciding to stop it. You're deciding to transform that part of you, to awaken to something else, to be affiliated with different people. It could be that you are deciding not to have connection with certain people, old friends, lovers, maybe even, maybe this is your children doing this, okay? That they're deciding not to be connected to those people. A transformation is happening here with their groups, clubs, and affiliations, maybe even the community that they're in. Okay, so just to let you know. Consumption is Taurus. Is anything that you eat. Is also dealing with your face. It deals with homes. It deals with anything Venusian, making something beautiful, right? Changes that are happening, and it could create chaos, or it could be that it's just a change. It doesn't necessarily have to be chaotic. It can just be a quick change that happens, and it is 4 houses away from where the sun is shining, okay? And that means that it could be homes. It could be anything that deals with those of maybe extended family, I say, because it is, divorce is activated, and it is also Aquarian, 8th house in Aquarius. So that would be friendships of long distance, acquaintances, right? That there is something happening with them that is a quick change for you, that maybe you're invited to some type of event that deals with that, or maybe it just changes the way that you see things. There's an awakening that happens on a psychological level, right? This could be that there is something of that deals with the mother, because it's 4 houses away. Four houses from the 11th, that they're deciding to move, or that they're deciding to do whatever within that 8th house, such as getting a mortgage, financial changes, also situations of maybe a divorce, maybe they're awakening, right? Maybe they have some type of impact on the love that you receive, and you figure that out, and there's some type of inner child healing that happens, okay, because it's activated with that awakening. And Leo is the inner child, and how you have fun and your self-worth is activated with the 2nd house, right? So those emotions are situated there. I also want to say that you could decide to be on media in some aspect of Taurus things, such as maybe making food, or baking food, or making something like jewelry or something, or something that deals with merchandise, because that is Taurus. It could be any type of God-given talent that is materialistic and luxurious at the same time. Okay, this could also deal with putting on makeup, showing others how to. This is a different way of you making money by expressing yourself. Okay, I'm seeing if there's anything else here I can tell you. Now, you know, I said it's 4 houses from the 8th, so maybe that is dealing with making a property beautiful again, or working at a property that is a farm or agriculture. Okay, I'm gonna put that out there, because we have Taurus, you know, is farms and agricultures, and then homes are activated, so you could be working at other people's homes. Like, I build fences for farms, agricultural fences, so that's my thing. And with this activation, I can see you doing that, if that was something that you were into. But I'm seeing if there's anything else I can tell you, because the 8th house is chunky money, and the 8th house can be that you get a grant that that changes everything, or you're using the government in some way, shape, or form. This could be that you're being a caregiver of some type through the government paying you, right? Or this could be that you're using some type of media or something like that to figure out how to use or get finances. Okay, that could be something too, that is found out, and there's an awakening, an epiphany on how to get more money. Let's see if there's anything else I can tell you. If you have any details on how this is affecting you, please put them in the comments, because there's a lot within the 8th house that deals with, you know, other people's resources. Doesn't necessarily have to be money. It can just be other people's resources, like you're merging your online business with another, and that is helping you gain or be seen or have some type of viral impact, right? And therefore, you know, you make more money. I'm seeing if there's anything else here. Healing of fears and phobias is activated with the 8th house. And if you've had any problems with fears and phobias, either being in public, anxiety revolving around the way that you look, or anxiety around what you have, right? That could be healed during this full moon, because there is a releasing of love coming either from others or love coming out of you toward yourself, because you have self-worth activated in the 2nd with the moon. So those emotions that have been held on to are being released. Okay. All right, Cancer, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Leo. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this Leo full moon that's happening in your 1st and 7th. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so with the full moon, we have the moon in Leo in opposition to the sun that is in the 7th house. And the sun is shining on the reason why you're releasing. The 1st house is your identity. It is your physical body. It can also represent your physical aesthetic, the way that you look and represent yourself to the public's eye. This is also the way that other people see you. This is your self-leadership, your self-governing. It can also represent your exploration of sexuality. Okay? Now, the 1st house is being released. Those emotions is being released. Or it could be that you yourself are literally coming out and showing others the way that you are. You could be having more fun again, because Leo represents fun. It represents love. It represents love, fun, your God-given talent, your children, okay? It also represents media. It can be that you're going viral at this time, because Leo is performance, and it is represented to the public like a king, okay? So popularity, recognition is activated with Leo. Leo is also friendships. It can be the expression of yourself. It can also be romance, or it can be infidelity. Okay, so there's a few things here with Leo. Leo, on the other hand, not just infidelity, is also repressing emotions of love. Okay, and this could be a time that whatever was hidden with love comes out. And it can either come out of the inner child that's within you, or it can be expressed toward the other people that are significant within your life. Okay? Those other people also have an impact during this full moon, because the 7th house is where the sun is shining in Aquarius. Okay? And the 7th house deals with relating to significant others, spouses, partnerships of business, contracts, and collaborations with other people. It is dealing with friendships and therapy. Okay? And this could be a time to where you're deciding to get therapy in regards to situations of love, in regards to situations of your inner child. All right? This could also be a time to where clients have a significant change of your identity that they could be expressing to you of how talented you are in regards to that God-given talent you have. And therefore, you're deciding to open up your own business, or you're deciding to get a brick and mortar for your business, or do something in regards to that talent being expressed. And it changes the way that other people see you. It changes that identity. Okay? Now, I did say exploration of sexuality, so this could be a time to where you decide to tell the other person what you desire. And that can go one or two ways, right? I mean, but it would be, in Aquarius, it would be maybe a detached way of saying it, okay? So that you're not necessarily too involved with emotions. And that could be expressed through maybe you send them a message or something, because media and the internet is activated with Aquarius. It's also a situation to where you're being recognized on media or the internet by other people, and maybe have a proposition of collaboration with another over the internet, such as, like, if you have a YouTube channel, you could collaborate your channel with another. Or if you have a group, club, or affiliation over social media, same thing. You could collaborate your businesses together, and you're seen differently. This could also be situations of getting married, okay? That there's an event that happens, and you're getting married. This could also be, because Aquarius is groups, clubs, and affiliations. It is social events in a big way, more than 3 people. This is also considered your hopes, dreams, wishes, and goals activated with the sun. And there is a stellium here of planets. I'm sure you've heard everyone talking about it. I didn't necessarily emphasize on it because of Uranus being activated by Aquarius and changes happening, right? So the stellium, just to let you know, is Mars, the Sun, Venus, and Mercury all together in the 7th house of, it almost gives you an awakening. It gives you some type of drive. It gives you indication of expression, okay? So let's look further into Uranus. Uranus is the ruler over Aquarius and is activated in Taurus during this full moon, and it is retrograde, so it's working on you on an internal level. It's in your 10th house, and the 10th house is your power. It is your status. It is the title you hold in life. It is single to married, married to single. It is also your work status, being a CEO or a laborer. It is also considered your legacy. Fathers are activated here, okay? And also with Taurus being the sign that Uranus is in, there could be quick changes revolving around your self-worth and confidence, revolving around what you consume, revolving around your physical appearance, because of being Venusian, that you're seen as beautiful, or you see that you are beautiful, okay? There could be situations of you getting affiliated with the right people that help with dental work, or help with facial work, or help you take your authority back over your beauty, okay? That could be something. It could also be a situation of, I said consuming, so it could be that you're releasing emotions in regards to what you were consuming before by changing maybe the way that you were doing therapy. Okay, so if you're in a therapeutic situation, usually they give you antidepressants to make you happy, right? And this could be a time to where you're changing therapists, or you're deciding to affiliate yourself in a different manner with a group, club, or affiliation that help you see your happiness again. Okay. 10th house being activated is your work and career, obviously, also, and your connections with business. And this could be a situation to where you figure out how to connect yourself with other people to work from home, or to it deals with houses too. So it could be working in other people's houses or working with homes. Okay. Because Taurus is homes, Taurus is farm, Taurus is agriculture, Taurus is materialistic things, right? It is anything that is such as merchandise that makes people beautiful, such as clothing or jewelry or makeup, all the five senses, touch, feel, smell, sight, anything that relates to Venusian things, making things beautiful again. Okay, so this could be a time to where you're affiliating with groups, clubs, and affiliations that deal with that, or you're having an epiphany or a change to what you were doing before, and there's a recognition on how to do things differently in regards to making money, in regards to feeling your self-worth again. I'm seeing if there's anything else I can tell you here. Give me 1 second. Uranus being that quick change, if there is a sudden change within your work affiliate, I don't see it as a bad thing. But if it happens to be that a situation is no longer serving you, then it will leave you and open up something better for you. Okay. There is a belief system changing in regards to how you see yourself and how other people see you, a belief system on how you deal with love. Okay, I say this because Aries is in that 9th, right? And Aries is the first house. And it could be also how children see you. Okay, it could be you deciding to do things differently. It really depends on the person that you are, because we have Venus activated, right? And Venus being activated in that stellium can uplift the love, or it can put boundaries toward the love, because Mars is also there, and Mars can be cutting or it can be drive. So it could, go either way depending on the person that you are and decide to do, because you have free will with your choice. But I do want to help you understand that the 9th house, being that belief system, can also be opportunities and blessings that are happening toward you and your identity, which could feel like a complete change of life because you have it on an angular house with the 10th house activated of your status. So it could be that, well, it's a blessing to get married, or it's a blessing to be affiliated with these people, or it's a blessing that I found this therapist, or, my clients are a blessing to me. And it could be that you're expressing that love to them with the moon in the first house, and they will see you differently because of that. Your relationships can get better, or you can decide to put boundaries upon them. Aquarian energy allows you to fluctuate between detachment and a gathering of sociability. So it's up to you on what you decide to do. I'm seeing if there's anything else I can tell you here. I think that might be about it, Leo. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Virgo. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this full moon that's happening in Leo in your 12th house. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so with the full moon, we have the moon in the 12th and the sun in the 6th. The moon in the 12th is where you're releasing, and the sun is shining its light on why you're releasing, or the reason that you're releasing. The 12th house, it deals with spiritual awakenings. It deals with your subconscious. It deals with habits, and habits like sabotaging habits, such as maybe overindulging when Leo is activated. This could also be habits of drinking, habits of smoking, right? Things of that nature. 12th house is also prisons and hospitals and insane asylums. There's a connection with the 12th house with Pisces, so we deal with Pisces themes such as loss and grief. Also dreams, the dream state. Intuitive and psychic abilities is the 12th. This could also look like letting go and going with faith, surrendering to situations. The moon is here, and it's telling you your emotions regarding these situations are being released. This could also be an actual physical thing that's being released, okay, that you're getting out of the hospital, getting out of prison, getting out of what have you, okay? This could also be transformation and endings being Pisces, so you correlate that with Leo. And so that would be love. Unconditional love could be transformed in a situation of two people being together. This could also include your children. Okay, Leo, it rules the 5th house in astrology, so it's those same aspects, such as love, children, joy, hope, and optimism, your God-given talent. This is also considered friendships. Leo can be, excuse me, Leo could be winnings of competition of some type. Celebrity, popularity, and recognition status. Expression, how you express yourself with your talents, okay? So this could look like your talent is something that deals with mediumship, karma readings, astrology, tarot, anything that's taboo being released out into the public. It could also be situations of transformation that is happening with your inner child, okay? Inner child can be Leo. It's how you had fun whenever you were a kid. It's childlike energy. It's also love. So if you're in a relationship, this could be that your relationship is getting better. That there could also be an end of relationship depending on the person. It doesn't necessarily have to be an end by definition. It can just be, you know, by the person. Depends on the person, because we're dealing with your emotions, not theirs, right? And it really depends on whether or not you're dating someone that is irritating, or you're dating someone that hits you or triggers you emotionally. And this could be a time to where you end that situation, right? Leo is performance on the stage situations, and 12th house is hidden. So it would be by definition kind of what I do. So I'm out in public, but I'm hidden, right? And this could be that project or whatever gift that you have, you're using it the way I do. Does that make any sense? And you're putting it out there. It's released. It's being put out there into the masses. The sun in the sixth house is shining the light in the sixth house, stating this is why you're releasing, or this could be the reason of release. The sixth house is your health. The sixth house is your professional life, work, and career. It's your daily routine and your lifestyle. Okay. This is correlated with Aquarius, and Aquarius can look like things that are on the internet or groups, clubs, and affiliations. Aquarius deals with that 11th house, okay, in astrology. So it's the definition of the 11th house of friendships of long distance, people that are acquaintances. Also, older siblings are connected with Aquarius. Aquarius can be defined with Uranus as lightning striking within a situation to make something happen. Because Uranus is activated during this full moon because of Aquarius. It is the ruler over Aquarius. And it's working on you internally. And when it works on you internally, it's changing your perspective around situations that deal with groups, clubs, and affiliations. It's also changing your perspective around internet situations. This would be a mixture of where Uranus is with where Aquarius is in your chart. Okay, so let's look at it. Uranus is in the 9th house. And the 9th house is your worldly view of how you see things. And this could have been implemented by a belief of any type of past conditioning that you've been through. Or this could have been a situation of a religious belief, something that was pushed upon you as a belief system is activated, and it's changing your perspective internally. It can revolve around Taurus or Venusian things such as your home and property, farms, agriculture. It can also revolve around money and food and anything that deals with your face, such as teeth, such as eyes or your nose, anything of that nature. Your ears, right? Anything that deals with the face. But Uranus is bringing in changes of the way that you view things that are in regards to maybe your self-worth, okay? Taurus rules that second house in astrology, so that is self-worth, money, materialistic things, what you value, how you bring value into the world, okay? And you've been thinking about, or will continue to think about, especially when Uranus goes direct, which will be a couple of days after this new moon, or full moon, I'm sorry, toward the energy of the new moon, right, in Aquarius, of how to change things around, of how to situate your belief system in regards to your daily routine and daily work situation, how you can make money in regards to those things, your self-worth surrounding other people that you collaborate with on a daily basis or a lifestyle basis. This could be friends, this could be lovers, how you give love, right? All of these things are situated in your mind's eye. And you're contemplating on whether or not to be vulnerable or put yourself out there or do something different on a daily basis. If it deals with your work, this could be maybe you got an offer of some type in regards to money. Maybe you got an offer in regards to your God-given talent, okay? This could also be a situation of that release happening to open up the door of an opportunity coming to you. You have to let something go for something new to come in, right? And it could have been a relationship holding you back. It could have been a situation of you overindulging with your habits, right? Letting go of something so that it opens the door to that new way of living, that new way of lifestyle, okay? And it all surrounds your belief system and the bigger picture. It's like destiny is trying to tell you, I have a plan for you. Are you willing to follow it? And the only way you can follow it is to look at something differently and look at it objectively with Aquarius activated. And this could be a time to where that is presented within your mind's eye. Honestly, it could be anything, because you have love activated, you have money activated, you have work activated, right? Other people being involved. But while these things are happening, also, how can you yourself be able to detach your essence, which is the sun? Detachment is Aquarius. How can you detach yourself from the things that have to be done in regards to the things that you want to be done? Okay? Taking time out to love yourself, to know your self-worth, Uranus being activated. When planets are highlighting a house, it is the action that's needed to be taken. With Uranus in the 9th house, the action is change your mind's eye. Change the way that you look at things that are in regards to love and money and the way that you make money, and maybe even changes in the physical will happen whenever Uranus goes direct, of maybe you've been thinking about doing something differently with your body, right? There could be things of shocking things that happen that tell you that you have to do things differently, such as stop overindulging in sweets or stop overindulging in consumption of any type of drink or anything of that nature, okay? Because your health is activated in the 6th, and it's highlighted on letting go of overindulgences and habits that you may have. It's also telling you that it might be a good idea to start some type of spiritual practice within your daily work or daily routine. I personally use crystals on a daily basis, which is a Taurus or Venusian thing. I also pull on oracle cards, daily oracle cards for those crystals, okay? Chakra cards to see what chakras are activated that day, and other oracle cards that have little prayers on them to help me take the day upon. So that could be something that you are thinking about using, or you're changing up your daily routine to get situated with that new perspective that you have. Okay. Now, like I said, the new moon is going to happen 2 weeks after this one, and it will be in Aquarius as a new beginning that's happening in your 6th house. And it's still correlated with Uranus going direct in the 9th. Okay, so opportunities will happen. They will come toward you. New epiphanies, new perspectives in regards to what to do next. This could also look like someone coming into your life teaching you how to, because teaching is a part of the 9th house. Teachers, preachers, and gurus, okay, that could give you some type of direction of what to do next in regards to money, in regards to maybe a home situation, love situation. Okay, so keep an eye out, because it can happen earlier on, because Uranus acts as that shocking wave of lightning that comes through. All right, Virgo, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Libra. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this full moon that's happening in Leo in your 11th. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. Now, the moon is in the 11th, and the sun is setting in that 5th house. Okay? So the moon is where you're releasing, and the sun is the reason why. It is an opposition. Opposition meaning that it's two planets. Well, they correlate, the moon as a planet and the sun as a planet, right, in astrology. So it correlates together as an opposition of opposite ends of the spectrum. They are trying to come together and balance with your emotions and your physical. Okay. So the 11th house is groups, clubs, and affiliations. It is the internet. It is friendships of long distance, friendships that are acquaintances, older siblings are here. And this could look like maybe some dramatic emotions that happen that relates to groups, clubs, and affiliations that you're in. This could be in a love situation. Leo is love and it's friends. It's also your God-given talent. It is things of joy, right? So joy could be released through groups, clubs, and affiliations. It could be something that is a party of some sort for someone. It would be more than 3 people that happens. It could literally be for a Leo, okay? But this could be that your emotions are being released at this place or through those groups, clubs, and affiliations, or you have a project that is being released to the masses, or your God-given talent is being released over the internet of some way. This could look like that an emotional attachment toward children is happening here, that children are having parties, that there could be some type of event. Doesn't necessarily have to be a party. It can be an event that happens that is very emotional, and it could be dramatic, right? It could also be an overindulgence on the other side of Leo. It can be an overindulgence of emotions that are in regards to how you are toward your children or how they are toward you. It could be like you see a post on the internet, which is very 11th house, that is in regards to your children, and those emotions are being released depending on what it is, right? It really depends on what it is. Good and bad is not a part of astrology. Just to let you know that things happen for a reason in astrology. It's all just black and white. There isn't necessarily a reason behind it. It's more of, if this never happened, it wouldn't have been on your path in the first place, and you couldn't have woken up to seeing your new perspective in regards to the situation. That's just how it works. There is no good or bad, right? So if something is to happen and you see it and it makes you angry, because we do have Mars correlated here with the stellium that's activated in Aquarius, that can push toward that ego, push toward the sun of, it could be bad or it could be motivating with your emotions. It depends, okay? I'm going to go to the 5th house so you understand what I'm talking about. So the 5th house is children. It is popularity, celebrity, and recognition. It is also dating, pets, joy, hope, and optimism, your love life. It can be your God-given talent and genius. This is supposed to be a fun house, but with Aquarius activated, you may need to detach from being in situations that deal with maybe your children's children, okay? Or this could be stepping back from doing so much with parties or doing so much with a God-given talent that you have so that you don't burn out, okay? This could also look like you releasing to the masses a project with your God-given talent over the internet. Doesn't matter. It could be through the community. It could be through groups, clubs, and affiliations. This could also be information that is given to you for the next step with your God-given talent, okay? That emotions are being released and you're talking to other people in regards to what to do through a group, club, or affiliation, or they're trying to point you in the right direction, okay? This could also be some type of releasing of how you were dating in the past. And it could be that you're deciding to date through the internet rather than, face to face. Or it could be that you're deciding not to date in your community. That is a possibility. It could also be a situation of a person that was an acquaintance coming in to date you, okay? If that's a thing for you. Now, if it deals with any type of work or career situation, this could be a situation of, give me 1 second, let me make sure. Yeah, this could be a situation of a transformation happening with money. And it could be in regards to you using that God-given talent, or it could be revolving around situations of community, revolving around situations of merchandise, and anything that is tangible, materialistic things. And I'm going to tell you where I see this, okay? So during this full moon, Aquarius is activated, and it's activating Uranus. Uranus is the ruler over Aquarius, right? So it's in Taurus at this time, but 2 days after, let me get another pen so you can follow along. 2 days after this full moon, Uranus is going to be direct, and then it's going to take action, okay? 8th house is shared resources and other people's money. It is inheritance. It can also be loans, banking loans, mortgage loans. It can be death and rebirth. It can also be a situation of transformation, right? Your psyche is activated with the 8th house. The 8th house is taboo topics, hidden knowledge. It is deep bonding sex, crisis and legal matters. But you also have 2 things activated here with love, such as divorce or soulmates merging together. Like I said, there is no good or bad in astrology, right? Long-term finances and investments is here. Healing fears and phobias, grants, government, taxes, anything that deals with chunky money. other people's resources or other people's money. And with it in Taurus, we could see that there could be an opportunity coming toward you of transformation of money. And Uranus can activate this. This could either work on you internally, as Uranus is retrograde. Things happen on an internal basis. And this could be coming from the masses of talking about how to get or earn a different type of income. It could be an investment. It could be anything of a shared resource or other people's money, using that, such as using the government, right? Or this could look like a transformation of, right, of you using that God-given talent and making a profit off of it. Now, Taurus in astrology, it rules that second house, okay? And yours is in Scorpio. So Scorpio is very intense. It's very investigative. It's very transformative, okay? Scorpio is the hidden and secrets is Scorpio, right? And there could be a secret that comes out from the masses that you figure out how to use resources from other people to gain. Or this could be dealing with love. There is some type of secret that comes out, and it could be revolving around. Love is here. The fifth house activates love. It activates friendships. It could be children. So infidelity is activated with fifth house. Over the internet would be Aquarius. It would be secrets revolving around money. Maybe someone else's money. Maybe you didn't know that someone spent this much money on what have you and they owe you money, right? Things like that can be found out right now. Also, like I said, children being activated, anything happening in their life. It could be that, they have problems with their love relationships and it affects you in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Uranus is shocking. Uranus is changing something in that eighth house, and it's transforming something, eighth house being activated, right? With Scorpio in the second, that's transforming the money that you make. It's transforming how you love someone else. It's transforming how you psychologically see love and what definition love is to you, right? And there is a ricochet with other people that can happen of you seeing things happen and play out in their life, and then your perspective changes in regards to that, or your healing of fears and phobias or what have you that deals with your psychological level of loving someone else, or dealing with love in general, it changes, right? So you're releasing some type of emotional attachment held with love, children, friendships. You're releasing emotions. So that could look like dramatic emotions that, like I said, someone posts something, or dramatic emotions in regards to community. Someone says something, drama, right, can be a part of that. To change that energy or transmute that energy, one way would be to be open to seeing things in a different manner, because shocking events are going to happen in that eighth house regardless, because Uranus is going to go direct, and it's going to change you on a psychological level of looking at love, looking at money, looking at your self-worth and what you deserve. And sometimes that's understood of what is the love that I deserve, right? And your self-worth comes through. Or what is the money I deserve? And then that self-worth, comes through again, of you intervening within your world of making more, or asking for more, or finding more, right? It's time for an upgrade when it comes to Taurus things, which is what you wear, what you buy, how you spend your money. Are you doing things for yourself? Are you loving yourself, or are you consistently doing it for other people, right? Self-worth is going to hit and change you on a psychological level of showing these things to you. And other things can happen too of shock, like a rebirth of money or a rebirth of love. All right, Libra, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Scorpio. Hope you're doing well today. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this full moon in Leo that's happening in your 10th house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. We have the full moon is the moon in opposition to the sun. And the sun is setting in your 4th house. With opposition, this is exactly what it sounds. It's a challenge to bring into a balance, okay? So your emotions are challenging the physical. The 10th house is where you're releasing, and the 4th house is why. 10th house is your work career, your professional life, your legacy, your reputation, your power, the status you hold, the role you play in life. That can be single to married, married to single, CEO to a laborer, whatever title people see you as. This could be a situation of emotions, of you releasing. Maybe you're becoming a mother. And I say that because the 4th house is moms, is motherhood, properties, homes, emotional body, your foundation. Okay. This could be you releasing the status of becoming a mom or a father. This could be releasing a status of love that you either could be gaining love or letting love go. A release of emotions isn't good or bad. It can be that you're releasing love towards someone else, or it could be that you're releasing a relationship in general. This could be a friendship. It could be your children's friends, right? That they're the ones that are releasing. This could also be a situation of your talents and genius, because Leo is activated, of your talents and genius being released out into the public's eye, maybe on a professional level. This could also be that you're changing up things of the way of you showing off your talents and genius at work, right? It could be drama that happens at work. It could be drama that happens with whatever status you hold in life, such as there could be situations around your relationship, situations around being a parent, situations being a certain title at your job, okay? And emotions are being released. This may be a result of you being pregnant, or this may be a result of you wanting to change things, or this could be a result of you feeling like you're homesick, okay? If drama is happening at work, it could be that you're not having time to take care of yourself. Or if drama is happening in regards to a relationship, it could be because of a result of children, too much time with children, or you are pregnant, or you're releasing emotions toward your own mother. Okay? I say that because Leo in astrology is children. Leo in astrology is love. And it is also friendships and your God-given talent. And this could be a time to where you're in a situation to where you're either releasing that love or you're releasing some type of dramatic ending of love. Okay, because endings can culminate in or accumulate in full moons of releasing and endings. But this could also be you understanding emotions, okay, that result in the fact of mothers dealing with children, parents dealing with children, or you could have some type of epiphany or awareness in regards to what's really bothering you at work. It's not necessarily the people, it's the money you're not making, or it's the time to yourself you're not having, or it's close to burnout, right? There's some type of awakening that can happen due to the fact of Uranus being activated with Aquarius. Aquarius being in your fourth house, there's a detachment when it comes to situations of mothers, of home, of family, okay? And it could be that your family is just way too dramatic right now. And you need to focus more so on your well-being, or you're nurturing yourself rather than dealing with their drama, right? This could also be a situation of Aquarius being groups, clubs, and affiliations and community. Aquarius is also the internet. Maybe you're having difficulty with your internet situation at home. And it could be that you're getting a new provider due to work situations because they may have been dramatic toward you, of you glitching. Or this could have been a situation with you affiliating yourself with groups, clubs, and affiliations due to that emotional body. That you're having to find others that can actually relate to you and your family rather than those that seem like they do. Okay. I want to take a look at Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus and it is retrograde, but 2 days after this full moon, it will go direct. Okay. And it will start to proceed toward Gemini, right? But right now it's 27 degrees and 27 minutes retrograde in Taurus during this full moon. And it's working on you internally on how to relate to other people, how to have relationships, be loving in relationships, figuring out what relationships deserve your energy, figuring out also business associations, what business associations deserve your energy, and transforming you on a psychological level of what you're worth when it comes to other people. Okay. I say that because the 7th house is marriage partners, spouses, alliances, commitments, agreements, relationships, collaborations, contracts, business associations, therapy, clients, and open enemies, right? This could also be a time to where you realize that you need therapy or some type of therapy. And it could relate to, because Uranus is the ruler over Aquarius, it could relate to family. It could relate to situations of groups, clubs, and affiliations. Okay, that is therapeutic for you to be involved with those. All right. This could also be a situation of contracts and collaborations and leases that deal with homes. That there's a change of status happening here, and it could be that you're getting a home. It could be that you're rearranging the lease, or you're providing different types of information for that collaboration for the home or property. Okay, depending on what's needed. Sometimes it takes a long time to get a home or property, right? So this could be you just, pushing out that information to get it, or thinking about how to obtain it, right? Because sometimes you have to get your credit score correct. Sometimes you have to get situations with work situated, of them writing letters or something like that. And it could be that there's some type of collaboration there, and this is how it all correlates against each other. This could also be connected to your emotional body, of how you relate to your partner or spouse, or how you relate to that friend, and whether or not it's worth it, whether or not they are there for you, whether or not it's helping you with your self-worth and confidence, because that is Taurus, okay? Money is on the line when it comes to Taurus also. So business associations is a thing. And it could be that there's a negotiation that needs to happen so that either you can have the time off that is deserved, or the money that is deserved with your business associations. And that includes work, right? Now, I do want to say, too, that 10th house is your power, and your power could be released. And it could be like a lioness, that your power is, high energy right now. And it could come off dramatic, or it could come off as you're showing out, or it could be one of those things of suppressed power, that maybe someone had suppressed your power. That could have been the moon definition, which is whoever triggers that emotion, or a mother, okay? Because moons are the ruler over Cancer, and Cancer is the 4th house, and that's the mother or motherly parent that's in your world that could have suppressed that power. And this could have been a time to where that power comes out very dramatically. Okay, so just to let you know, there's other things that is happening in your life that is fueling this, and that is that 7th house is other people. Other people are in the back of your head, and it could be a conversation that's had with a family member that triggers it. Okay. Uranus is trying to show you that change is necessary for you to get along with yourself and other people. How to be you, and also in a relationship with other people, because Uranus is the ruler over Aquarius. And Aquarius can be innovative. It can be detached. It can also be very quick, like lightning, right? And when it comes to other people, you fall in love very quickly, or you receive love very quickly from other people. And that is a part of you. 10th house being Leo. Love is Leo also. And that is a part of you. But there is, the downside to that they disappoint you because they're human, right? And this could be a time to where you're understanding that not only are they human, but you are too. And there's a compassion that comes along with this transit. Okay. All right, Scorpio, thank you for coming. Or thank you for listening. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Sagittarius. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising We're going to take a look at this full moon in Leo that's happening in your 9th and 3rd house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. We have the moon in the 9th and the sun in the 3rd of why you're releasing the 9th house, okay? So the 9th house is your long-distance travel, other cultures, religion, belief systems, your philosophy, skills and learning abilities, teachers, preachers, gurus, in-laws, grandchildren, grandparents, higher education, media, publishing, legal cases. It is abroad. They also, in regards to this house, they say it's the house of blessings or house of opportunities. And the moon is here, and it's an emotional attachment to some type of opportunity, something that's happening abroad, something that's happening to your in-laws, grandchildren, or grandparents. Those emotions are being released here. When I say emotions being released, this could look like, with Leo, love being released, or this could look like an ending of a situation that's being released, okay? But it looks like it's a good way because opportunities and blessings are here. This could also be an end of or a final situation dealing with college, 4-year degree, or a final situation dealing with your philosophy and your viewpoints of things. This could be a change of belief system that's happening because of an emotional factor of love. That maybe love is coming back into your life, or fun is happening again. Leo is fun. Leo is joy, hope, and optimism and love. It is also related to your lover or your friendships, your dating situations. This could be your God-given talent, right? Fame is also Leo. And this could be a time to where you are seen as being famous, or you're actually seen for what your God-given talent is, right? Your skill and learning ability. This could also be a preacher, teacher, or guru that's teaching you how to become famous or get into the limelight or become noticed for whatever is happening in the 3rd. The 3rd house deals with a lot of things. It is communication, of course, public speaking. It can be advertising of some type. It can be your mindset is a thing here with the 3rd house. The 3rd house is aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors also, and siblings. And there could be dramatic emotions that is being released about your belief or viewpoint of those people. And it could be toward a mother, or it could be toward groups, clubs, and affiliations, or some type of event that you go to that's situated around those people. It could also not just be the people that are immediately to you, aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, or neighbors, but your in-laws, right? It could be something of that nature to where you're expressing some type of viewpoint toward them on how to become famous or how to use their God-given talent, or even just love, right? You're giving them love somehow. This could also be the 3rd house being that mindset that there is a teacher, preacher, or guru in the 9th that is showing you how to express your emotions with communication. Also, how to communicate, maybe public speaking, or how to advertise, or how to use certain tools. Okay, tools is 3rd house also. 3rd house is ambidextrous, using your hands. So this could be that someone is using their talent and then you're seeing this and you're, filing it in your mind's eye of how to use it for clubs, groups, or affiliations, or the community. Information is the 3rd house. 9th house is learning ability, right? Is higher learning. So it's actually you learning a skill. 3rd house is just the information in regards to that skill. And maybe you could look at it as the directions on how to, right? So this is you understanding a skill or learning ability and then using it toward the masses. Okay? Aquarius deals with the internet. It deals with clubs, groups, affiliations, and community. It also deals with your hopes, dreams, wishes, and goals. So this all could be happening for a reason, on putting you on a path toward your goals. We have Uranus activated when it comes to Aquarius because it is the ruler over Aquarius. And Uranus is retrograde in Taurus right now, working on you internally. But 2 days after this full moon, it will go direct. Okay? And what that means that it's going to happen on the physical level or the physical plane of changing things, shocking events happening, things changing for the better. And it's dealing with your money. It's dealing with your self-worth and confidence, okay? It's also dealing with 6th house entities such as your lifestyle, your health, your daily routine and your daily work and employment. Taurus can also be not just money and self-worth, but it also can be materialistic things. It can be love. It can also be the value that you bring into the world, right? So this could be read that you're placing an advertisement out there and it changes your lifestyle, work, and money situation. Or this could be that you're actually being seen for your God-given talent by clubs, groups, and affiliations, and you make that your way of living, or you get self-worth from that. There's a value that comes into that, right? Of you seeing your value toward the masses. There is an understanding or enlightenment that can happen with Uranus retrograde on the love that you deserve, on you working on obtaining that love, or you deciding to do something on a daily basis, on a daily routine of building up your self-worth. Okay? I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. It could be that your mother is starting to go through some things, and there is a viewpoint that you have to change when it comes to dealing with her or dealing with the parent that is nurturing. There is a change of philosophy or a change of belief system that happens with you in regards to her, because of the way she could be cold. She could be a little bit cold on her speech, right? Because Aquarius is in the 3rd. Or you could be cold on your speech, or just detached from letting her inside of your head anymore. All right? I'm just putting that out there because there is a correlation with mothers when it comes to the moon. And emotions are attached to that in a big way. Inner child could be something that you're working on, and you're figuring out how to implement that work through daily affirmations or daily routine, enjoyment of yourself and your self-worth again. For everyone during this full moon, they're understanding what love is, and they're understanding that people are dramatic, and they're also understanding that not everyone deserves the limelight, okay? And so there is a pullback and releasing of emotions that comes to certain people that trigger that inner child, okay? And I think that might be about it, Sagittarius, but Uranus will move into Gemini, and 2 days after this full moon, it will be direct in Taurus. So you will see something tangible coming in, whether that is you will see more money, you will see the change of self-worth within yourself, or you will see something materialistic of luxury, maybe even the 5 senses, smells, aromatherapies, right, that can be used, or things that actually make an impact on your lifestyle. that is changing you for the better, that is helping you correlate your mind around your belief system of things are okay and I am safe and I am loved and this is what I deserve. It's going to be very apparent within your lifestyle. You will see the actual tangible things happen. Okay. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Capricorn. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this Leo full moon that's happening in your 8th and also in the 2nd. Okay. So the moon is in the 8th house, which is where you're releasing, and the 2nd house is holding the sun of the reason why. The 8th house is shared resources. It is legal matters, crisis, soulmates merging together, divorces, debts, taxes, government, grants, healing of fears and phobias, banking and mortgage loans. This is also where Kundalini and deep bonding sex is, hidden knowledge, taboo topics, esoteric knowledge, things that no one necessarily talk about, but it relates to you, right? Inheritance, death and rebirth, transformation, your psyche, long-term finances, and investments. When Leo is activated, when Leo is activated, it activates love. It also activates your God-given talent to what you have. And it could look like this is a releasing of that talent that you have with finances, with shared resources, maybe even releasing emotions that are attached to situations of unconditional love, right? Because we're also dealing with the psyche and transformation. You could be realizing or having an epiphany of a situation that deals with love, and you're realizing either a divorce is needed, or this could be two soulmates merging together, that maybe your relationship just needs an upgrade, right? This could also be realizing what to do with your finances. That shared resources is out there for you in connection with either a lover, a friendship, or the talent and skills that you have offhand. This could also be a situation with grants, with government, with taxes, that you're having to either pay them, right? Pay the taxes, or this could be that there's a rebate coming to you. And it could be for children, okay? Children is activated with Leo. I'm going to go over Leo so you know exactly what it is. It's your love life, your romance, lover, your friendships, celebrity, popularity, and recognition status. This is your God-given genius, pets, dating, pleasure, hope, joy, and optimism. This can also look like media, expression on media. And this could be a time to where your expression comes out of media with emotions that are connected with finances or the government, right? Because everyone has their opinion right now. Remember that Leo is dramatic. It wants to be placed upon a stage. So this full moon can bring out the little child in everyone. And it could look like a lot of drama. It could just look dramatic in general when it comes to financial situations, when it comes to government situations. Mothers are connected with the moon. So your mother in general could have something to say in regards to finances, in regards to legal matters, in regards to the government itself. Now, yes, death and rebirth is activated, but it doesn't mean that there's going to be an actual death. It could, honestly, but it doesn't mean that it's in stone. That's not the way astrology works. This is more of a transformational power that's sent to you through finances or sent to you through other people's resources, that you're capable of using them so that you can place more of an emphasis on your God-given talent, okay? Because you're mixing the 8th house with Leo. We also have the sun shining down below in that 2nd house with your money, with your self-worth, with food, with also things of your face. Second house is Taurus in astrology. And it's in Aquarius. And Aquarius is innovative. It's thinking outside the box. It's dealing with groups, clubs, and affiliations. It's also dealing with the internet, okay? So that 8th house of emotion or emotional attachment that is dealing with other people's resources is being released, probably because you're making your own money. Or this could look like you figure out how to do finances through the internet, groups, clubs, affiliations. I also want to say that Aquarius is also older siblings and friendships of long distance or friendships that are acquaintances, okay? That there is something here that is providing you the means to maybe not use other people's resources any longer, okay? Or this could be a situation of that epiphany I was talking about, of you realizing how to, or gaining your self-worth by situating your psyche revolving around either a mother figure, being a mom, or this could be the parent that is nurturing, or situating your mindset in regards to your debt, okay? And there could be a detachment that happens because Aquarius is activated, right? Okay, so I do want to look at Uranus. Uranus is activated because of Aquarius. It is the ruler over Aquarius. And it will be going direct 2 days after this full moon, which is very significant because things will happen in the tangible world rather than you internally. So let's take a look at Aquarius being in Taurus in your 5th house. And I want you to recognize the pattern here. So we have the 5th house, which is ruled by Leo in astrology, and Taurus activated, which is your 2nd, okay? I want to remind you also that the sun of where this full moon is placed is in the 2nd house, and the sun is the ruler over Leo. Okay, so this correlates completely for you. The 5th house with Uranus in there is trying to change the way that you're having fun, enjoyment of life, luxurious things, enjoying the luxurious things again. This could be an awakening of a winning that happens in regards to a winning of competition, or something that happens revolving around your God-given talent. 5th house is Leo in astrology, so I'm going to tell you again what it is. It's your love life. It is talents and genius, media, creativity, your joy, hope, optimism, your children, your hobbies, celebrity, popularity, and recognition status, your expression. Friendships are here. Now, on the other side of this situation of 5th house, because there's good and bad, obviously, but that's not the way astrology sees it. It is the polarity, the light and dark of a situation. So, you know, you can have too much fun, overindulgence, or you can have situations with children, having children that's unexpected, right? Or this could be situations of infidelity rather than love, okay? Of someone cheating or something happening in that nature. It really depends on the chart itself. But I do want you to understand that either one can happen, okay? Mainly because where Uranus is in this full moon, it's squaring it. And there will be change that happens. At the time of this full moon, Uranus is going to be retrograde. So it's working on you internally, is trying to change the belief system that you have inside, revolving around having children, revolving around children itself, reminding you that you are blessed, okay, pretty much in general, reminding you to appreciate and celebrate the small wins. Because if that isn't happening, other things happen that deal with 8th house situations, such as your psyche gets involved. There's almost a feeling of a dark night of the soul when it comes to your debt, okay? And an awakening can happen here with Uranus activated, but it's up to you to recognize the situation at hand, to be present, to understand what you're blessed with, understand what you're surrounded by. Because Taurus being activated, it's love, it's money, it's also luxurious things and things that deal with your face, things that deal with food, okay? And Uranus is quick. Uranus is awakening. Uranus can also look like astrology. It can also look like situations, chaotic situations that happen so that you're placed upon a path if it has been stagnant for thus far. And if you haven't made any movement lately to have a challenge in life to make you grow, Uranus will act upon that. It will challenge your love. It will challenge you maybe with your weight. It will challenge you with situations of children, situations of friendship, situations of Taurus things such as your home, agriculture, farming, also money, okay? If you haven't had that challenge thus far, Uranus is trying to make you grow in that area so it prepares you when it goes into Gemini. Things are happening on the tangible when it goes direct, so you could see either more money coming to you or more money going out. It really depends on your situation, right? It can create that chaotic situation. I want you to look at Uranus and Taurus video that I've made that is on my channel so that you can get more of an idea of how this is reflecting. Because as soon as it goes direct, it's at the end of the degrees and it's ready for that change to happen and correlate with you so it works with you in Gemini. Gemini is in that 6th house, and it is your lifestyle and daily routine and daily work and employment and health. And it's ready to make those changes so that whenever changes do happen in Gemini, it's not as bad, or it actually upgrades you to a situation, and therefore you're pushed further into that purpose, or you're pushed further into your trajectory. You have to understand, too, that other planets are involved in this. Other outer planets that are working behind the scenes, such as Pluto, Neptune, and Saturn. And they're all moving as this energy is placed here. So to correlate its energy with you and to work with you so you can be set within your mind of this is what I need to do now, or set within your mind of getting rid of a belief that no longer serves you. This all surrounds your love life, your money situation, the way you look at money, the way you believe at money, the way that you understand how to work with money, your God-given talent, and then money, right? The way that you are articulating how to use income or how to make income, including your genius, is being highlighted here. This is also how you love someone, okay? And how stable is that love, because Taurus is stable. And if it's not stable, it will be broken down so you move on to the next, because time is of the essence for you. Okay, Capricorn? Also, I want to say too, Uranus, it being the ruler over Aquarius, connection with your self-worth. Things to ask yourself. Is this worth my time, this love? Is this situation with my child something that I should actually worry about? Or should I step in and be the parent here? Okay. Sometimes with Capricorns, they like to make their children their friend because Taurus is there. Taurus is enjoyment, right, of luxurious items, making money together, having a home life together, stability together, keeping them close, okay, with children. Almost, it could end up being on the other octave of a helicopter mom, right, to where you're consistently attentive toward that child and it ends up pushing them away, right? So this is a situation to where you have to decide, am I the parent or am I the friend? Are they taking advantage of me? What is my worth? And that's the definition only you can fill out, you know, on your own psychologically, because we're still on the internal until 2 days after this full moon, right? But only you can change how you see things on the inside when it comes to a lover, a friend, your child, having children. What is your worth when it comes to you giving out your talents and genius? Are you charging enough, right? Are you being involved with the right groups, clubs, and affiliations? And if you have doubts about that, to change that up, right? This could look like on the other end of it that there will be a tangible change a couple of days after this full moon up until the new moon that happens in Aquarius, of changes to your money will happen due to something that deals with the internet, clubs, groups, or affiliations, due to an older sibling, due to maybe a detachment of a situation that had to happen in regards to a self-worth, okay? It really depends on what you choose. But I think that's about it, Capricorn. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi Aquarius, I hope you're doing well today. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this full moon that's happening in your 7th and 1st house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so the 7th house is where the moon is, and the sun is in the 1st. It is in opposition, so there is a challenge here for you to bring it back into balance, right? There is some type of releasing of the 7th house that could be happening for you in your marriage, in your commitments, alliances, agreements, associations, collaborations, contracts with other people. 7th house is also your friendships. 7th house is business associations, therapists, clients, open enemies, okay? Leo being activated, it could feel like it's a little bit dramatic. Emotions being released in regards to a relationship that could be a little bit dramatic. And it deals with your identity, or the way that you are aesthetically, the way that you look. This could be also the way that your physical body is. Okay, 1st house is your image, your looks, your physical body, your identity, the way that other people see you, your physical appearance, your self-leadership and self-autonomy. This could be a situation of the other person releasing love to you, Okay, so this could be a change of identity to where you're getting married. This could also be a change of a situation that deals with clubs, groups, or affiliations. That you're deciding to let go of clubs, groups, or affiliations, or community, or being involved in the groups that your spouse is in, or the groups that a friend is in, right? There's an upgrade happening to your affiliations or social life that's happening here. It's a releasing of the old and bringing in the new. This could also be releasing a therapist that you were seeing, or this could be receiving a dramatic emotion coming from clients. Okay, they could be a little bit drama. They could also be giving you more praise. With Leo, it's being recognized and recognition for what you're doing with your creative talents or your God-given talents. And you could be getting more praise during this time also. But moons do make people a little bit crazy anyways, right? Full moons, because they're releasing what no longer serves them. And this is in your 7th of relating to other people in a certain manner. This could be that you're over giving some type of enjoyment with another. You're over being the overindulging person when it comes to relating to other people. Maybe you were the one that ran after and saved them in some way, shape, or form. Or maybe you were the one that tried to keep the relationship together. And that could look like either with marriage, friendships, one-on-one relationships, or business associations. Okay, that you were the one that kept trying to keep it together. And this could be a time to where you're releasing that. And you're releasing it without emotion, Aquarius. I say that because Aquarius, being in that first house, dealing with who you are, you have your mindset in regards to what you want out of life. And there could be thoughts of detachment, I guess you would say, of the other person, that you have to be this way no matter what. You're recognizing your sovereignty, okay? And that is something that everyone should do, because your self-worth is involved in this, and I'm going to tell you why. We have Uranus activated in Taurus, and Taurus deals with your self-worth, confidence, and money. It also deals with your face and value, the way that you're valued or the way that you bring value into the world. Let's take a look at it. Uranus is the ruler over Aquarius, and it will be going direct 2 days after this full moon. It will bring in actual changes in the physical 2 days after this full moon, okay? But until then, it's working on you on an internal level of what you deserve. What do you deserve within that 4th house, within your home and family, within a property, within a physical home, right? Within your emotional body. Are you accessing that emotional body, or are you ignoring your emotional body? It could also be something that deals with the past. Things that have been happening with the past, situations within your world. That could include parents, okay? It could include family. It could also be past money situations, a lover. Taurus is money, love, self-worth. It's tangible things that are of luxury. Also, all the 5 senses are activated with Taurus. Right? Aromatherapy, I'm trying to think, culinary arts, such as baking or something like that with food, anything that deals with your face, things that are what you wear, jewelry is included, Anything that makes something beautiful is Taurus. Venusian is Taurus, okay? You get the point, right? So with this Uranus activated, there are changes to your mind's eye on what is of value to you. And it could have something to do with a mother and her home, or it could have something to do with your home revolving around your emotions. We're going to correlate or mix the two together with your first house because it's talking to each other. Is this home what I've seen myself in, right? Or groups, clubs, and affiliations that are associated with you, are you willing to open up that home to them, or build a home, or have something of a property to where they can gather and you're seen for who you are, right? It really depends on the person. Your God-given talents, okay? This could also look like you thinking about internally on what of the past needs to change. Are you too attached to material items that you used to be involved with that were you but now aren't you? Okay? And there could be some releasing of that. There could be also things that are affiliated with not just you, but the other person. So say that it is your partner's mother, and you're deciding to step away from events that are happening, or situations of group events that, gatherings, traditional events maybe, that you're having to just step away from that for a while to get back to yourself. Because changes, physical changes, will happen in that fourth house of you enjoying home, having or making money from home. Or this could be you using some God-given talent that you have in regards to your identity from home and, making money that way. This could also be you being on the internet in some way, shape, or form, and connecting with clubs, groups, and affiliations to who you are and how you're seen. Your emotional body could be released with those people, and they see you differently. It could be with your partner's family, or it could be with your children. Something could be happening in regards to their life that affects you on an identity level. And I'm going to tell you what that could look like. That could look like you being an in-law, or that could look like you being a grandparent, okay, because children are involved in this full moon. That could look like also, that you're no longer an in-law. It could go either way, okay? It depends on their choices and what they want out of life. But it is activated, okay, with Leo. This could also look like, you're changing homes. You're changing homes, one that connects with you and connects not just with you, but the group that you want to be affiliated with. Clubs, groups, and affiliations is Aquarius. And we also have community in Aquarius, which is either the community you're in or the community that you want to be in, okay? And this could be that, you're getting involved with a different or more inclusive community that actually sees you for who you are, okay? An awakening is happening here in that fourth house of your emotional body and what you want out of your home life, out of your family life, out of love, out of money. And a lot of things can correlate with that and change. Relationships can change depending on whether or not they deserve that love that you have, right? It could be that job changes depending on the money that you're receiving and if you're actually seen for your God-given talents. It really is up to you. But until then, you will have some type of epiphany, some type of awakening, some type of change of belief system within you, revolving around how you feel about the situation, revolving around how you feel about money, how you feel about love, how you feel about the family that is giving you love, right? How you feel about your home and where you're living, okay? This is all to prepare you for whenever Uranus goes into Gemini. And I think that is in February. At the end of February. Give me 1 second. I can tell you exactly. I have my calendar here. Let's see. I'm sorry, it might be March. Let's see. I know I'm taking up time here for you. Your time is valuable, Aquarius. Give me 1 second. Okay, Uranus enters Gemini on the 25th of April at 8:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're not in Eastern Standard Time, you can just Google on when or what time. But the 25th of April, it is moving into Gemini. And Gemini is in that 5th house, and that correlates with Leo. It is the whole point of this full moon that's happening. So we're dealing with relationships. We're dealing with your marriage. We're dealing with children. We're dealing with you being happy. Okay? I mean, really. That joy, hope, and optimism coming through. So, yeah, and dealing with communication to your mindset. So this is all you trying to figure out, what is it that I deserve? Is this love something that I can deal with, or is it something that I've just been dealing with, right? So it's really up to you. All right, Aquarius, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Hi, Pisces. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to talk about this Leo full moon that is happening in your 6th and 12th house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. The moon is in the 6th. This is where you're releasing. And the 12th house is holding the sun, and this is the reason why you're releasing. So there are changes that are happening, Pisces. Are you ready? I am so ready. Not only do we have planets, they're not in our sign anymore, such as Saturn is moving out. Finally, I feel like I have been keeping up Saturn and feeding Saturn, right? Saturn needs to pay rent, okay? And Neptune, I feel the same way. Anyway, so 6th house is your lifestyle. It is your daily routine, your daily work and employment. It is also pets. Some people say, pets that are smaller than a goat or bigger than a goat. Honey, it doesn't matter. Pets are activated. It can be any size. If you love them, they are a pet, okay? I say that because 5th and 6th house has been activated with my cattle, and they're pretty big, you know what I mean? So, anyways, 6th house is also your health, service to others, organizing, detail orientation, and self-mastery. So we're releasing emotions that are attached to health. It could be dealing with anything of love, anything that deals with situations of not feeling love, situations of children and maybe problems with children on a daily. This could also, and it does affect your health if you haven't had any sleep. Okay. This could also be the way that your children's children are acting. Maybe you kept them, okay? Maybe you were babysitting them, your grandchildren. Maybe you were taking care of them ever so often, dealing with your children and then their children on a daily. Self-mastery is activated. So it could be a releasing of how to schedule that within your time rather than it taking from you, okay? This could also be a situation of a love life activated that maybe you had been giving too much of yourself away to that other person, whether that is a friendship or whether that is a lover. And there is some culmination of you understanding that energy needs to be released and that you need to do more for yourself to make yourself happier again. Now, we do have emotions on the high with Leo activated with a full moon. Full moons, they are emotional. They are where people release things that no longer serve them, okay? And dealing with other people that are going through this is something that happens with us. And it could be that our talent and genius can be expressed from emotions that we're feeling to other people so that they understand that they're not alone. That could be something. Service to others is activated of a releasing within this Leo full moon. This could be that you have a knack for showing other people love when they don't feel it. This could also be a situation to where it deals with your children, that you're capable of helping them in some way, shape, or form. But remember that you come first, okay? I say that because health is activated, right? There is more joy in life coming into your world on an emotional level. The 12th house being activated, a transformation is happening to you and your essence. And it could be also to who you're affiliated with, those groups, clubs, and affiliations, maybe even the community that you reside in. This could also be, I say these things because Aquarius is activated, okay? Aquarius is your hopes, dreams, wishes, and goals. It is your networks, clubs, groups, and affiliations, the community you want to be in. Friendships of long distance, acquaintances, older siblings is activated. Socializing, technology, the internet is Aquarius. Aquarius can also be detachment, okay? There is a polarity when it comes to any sign, any house, right? And this could be a time to where there is detached emotions toward other people so that you can get the things that need to be gotten, all right? There is discipline coming back into your world, because there are other activations happening. So this could look like you releasing a health problem that dealt with, situations of a broken heart, situations of a broken friendship, situations of something that was revolving around children, situations that were revolving around maybe you didn't know your worth. Okay, maybe there is a God-given talent and genius that you have, and you weren't sure exactly what it looked like. All right, and this could be a time to where that epiphany happens. Transformation is abound with the 12th house activated on why you're releasing the 6th, that old lifestyle, that old way of servicing others, being there for others, that old way of learning things, that old way of doing things on the daily, okay, that was affecting your health or that wasn't good for you, that no longer serves you. Those things are transforming. There's awakening happening with the 12th. The 12th is awakening your subconscious. It could also deal with habits, things that you were doing before, overindulging with, drinking, smoking, whatever. It just habits that you were doing that no longer serve you. could be why this emotion is released with the 6th house. This could also be grief or loss that had happened. It could have been with a mother. The moon is activated. It could have been with a child, okay, because Leo is activated. It could have been with the lover, right? That there is grief being released. That there is situations of healing happening, of fears and phobias that you had been holding on to. There is a detachment there that is happening here, right? And this could be because you found a new club group or affiliation that is helping you. This could also be that you're on the internet listening to whomever that's helping you detach from emotions or helping you heal from emotions. There is some type of past conditioning that culminated inside of you that is no longer happening. I say that because 12th house has a lot to do with the conditioning that you've been through. Conditioning can look like you were taught how to love. You were taught how to escape. You were taught how to do things as a survival mechanism of your ego. Okay? So say that, I'll give you an example. Somebody loved you too much. You ran, right? Somebody wanted to marry you. You said no because the marriages that you've been seeing around you never worked out. This could be some type of healing that happens in a way that you've never seen before, because it's dealing with your self-worth and confidence and who you are, not how other people have taught you to be. Okay? There is a different and new you coming out of this. I want to look at Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus, and it is retrograde at this time during this full moon at 27 degrees and 27 minutes, okay? And 2 days after this full moon, it will go direct, and it will make its changes on the physical, okay? So let's look at it. Let me get another pen. So we're dealing with the 3rd house. Okay, the 3rd house is your mindset. It is the way that you communicate with other people. It is the way that you communicate with yourself, right? This is also 3rd house being aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors. This is, and also siblings, okay? There's a lot of people. I'll repeat it, okay, because it's a lot. Aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, neighbors, siblings. Okay? This is where ideas and documents can come in. This is also where certificates and licenses can come in, or you apply. This is where moving and movement comes in. Media and writing skills and learning abilities. Tools, any type of gadgets, phones, vehicles, tools you use with your hands, being ambidextrous with your hands, right? Using your hands with tools. It doesn't have to be like farm tools. It could, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be any type of tool that you use with your hands. This is also your local environment, your neighborhood. Okay, so there's a few definitions how this can play out. Uranus being retrograde, working on you internally with the self-worth that you deserve. How you should be treated, okay, by other people. The money that you should be getting from jobs. The love you should be getting from others, right? This is everything that's happening within. There is a narrative that's happening inside of you that will change with Uranus retrograde. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm not dealing with those people anymore because they don't respect me. Okay, that could be number one. It could be number two of I'm willing to put forth the effort of making this happen. And that can look like anything. Make the job happen. Make the love happen. Make the relationship, upgrade. It really depends on what you want. Okay? Because we're dealing with communication to yourself and other people. This could also look like I'm ready to move. I'm ready to get out of the community that I'm in because it no longer serves me. Okay? Because we're talking about a new lifestyle. That's wanting to break through. Daily routine, daily work and employment. I mean, this can happen on any level of you, Pisces. So there's a lot of things that you're thinking about. There is a lot. This could also be dealing with anything that deals with your face, right? I'll give you an example. So thus far, like right before this video, I had an appointment for to get dentist work, and they wanted to do something totally different than what I wanted, and it didn't deal with the urgency of what's needed. Okay, and so I have to find a different dentist once again. Right. Oh, goodness. But that could be something that you're going through, because it deals with clubs, groups, and affiliations. And it also deals with my face, right? So, and it also deals with my health. Okay. All right. So this could also be a situation of an ending of those groups, clubs, and affiliations that you were making money from, getting love from, being affiliated with. It could be communication. It could be public speaking. It could be a service that you had given someone, right? That you're changing up service. That this could look like motivation to push you to do something differently. A change of innovation, if you would, toward a project, toward a work situation, toward how to make money, how to get money, toward a love situation, how to get love, how to upgrade in love, right? These could be coming from other people, those groups, clubs, and affiliations that you're a part of. It could be coming from the internet. It could be correlated with your belief system surrounding those things that is changing, okay? I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself, but I have to tell you that ideas is activated with Uranus, and it could look like, you just going about your daily routine, and then all of a sudden you get this epiphany. You get this idea on how to make more money, how to change your love life, how to enjoy again, okay? Or a relief of a situation. Say that you had been worried about, money, or been worried about love. And then all of a sudden, this epiphany happens within inside of you of, if you can't control it in the physical, it has no room in your mind's eye. And that could be the epiphany that comes along. And then all of a sudden that relief happens. There's no longer worry. There is a releasing of. It is remembering that God, Source, the universe has your back. 12th house, right? Okay. I'm seeing if there's anything else I can tell you. Because communication can come in. Communication can come in and change things. And it could be dealing with an aunt, uncle, cousin, relative, niece, nephew, neighbor, or sibling. And it changes things. It changes who you're affiliated with. It changes how you're thinking about that affiliation. It changes the way that you are servicing others. It's changing the way that you're doing your daily routine. It could be that there is a way to access money some way, somehow, and they're telling you how, or they're offering you to work with them, or they're offering something to you that is beautiful, and maybe you never expected that before, and it could be from that older sibling, okay, and therefore that relationship changes, okay. But something is happening to where you're releasing emotions within the 6th house of how you used to service other people, give away your energy, give away that that work situation, right, of too much time or too much whatever, you fill in the blank, and therefore you're pulling back and putting boundaries up toward others, okay. This could also be that you are giving others love, and you are, you know, placing yourself in a vulnerable position to where you've never experienced that before, or you've never done that before, and therefore the relationship changes and it gets better, okay. And I think that might be about it. Remember, we have the new moon that is coming up happening in that 12th house of transformation and endings. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And Uranus will be direct then, right? And it will still be in Taurus because it doesn't go into Gemini until March. I think it's around the 25th of March. Okay, so thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.